Clickbaity stuff is all we're about. Oh, wait!
Oh, yes, that hard-hitting journalism and lots of research.
Did you put the cards in such an order that we will get the clickbaity results that we're looking for here?
The fix is in.
All right. Maybe we'll start with the secret card.
Ooh.
Upside down
victory.
Victories turned upside down.
Victories are not what they seem to be.
So let's now we'll come up with a reading for it.
Yes. Sometimes you think you win, and sometimes when you win, you actually lose.
Sometimes you think you're a nut, and sometimes you don't.
Because.
Welcome back to Twin Tarot. I'm David.
And I'm Gary.
And today's reading is going to be, is NATO going to intervene?
Yeah, so Dave was that was kind of my question, and then
my reading was going to be what's next for the USA.
Yeah.
Gary's like, I wonder if NATO's going to intervene.
Yeah, so we just finished our last reading. It's now Saturday at 4:26 p.m.
We've been annoying each other for the better part of 3 hours,
Indeed,
3.5 hours now.
Yeah. And we just got done with the last reading on Biden's addressing the United States' fare thee well speech, and we had some interesting cards, like with the Tower card and some other cards coming up, and it's like, well, it could be interpreted that there's something going on internationally that may disrupt the potential transfer of power.
There's a lot of free will out there that you and I don't have any control over.
Yeah, we're just asking questions, throwing cards, and trying to interpret what we're seeing.
Right.
But it looked like there might have been something going on around the time that Biden is doing his Fare Thee Well speech. So that kind of dovetailed into this reading, which is, okay, what's the kind of the energy around the United States? And is there something going on internationally that NATO is going to come up with that may change the course that we are currently on?
Okay, so who's going to start off, and what's the question?
Why don't you start with the state of the energy around the United States, right. And I'm going to do the whole NATO thing because that's what kind of occurred to me.
My deck's upside down.
Oh, Dave, show him your cards, David.
Okay. Foundation of the reading is the Page of Pentacles. Speaking about information that's been found, this is kind of like, again, following the money. It's a messaging card about money or values crossed with the research that's been done. Now, for the F around find out crowd, this is kind of the you reap what you sow, but it's like if there was what's going on with the United States, it's messaging about values and reaping what you sow. There's information that's coming out quickly. It's going to be broadcast about new information that's being brought forward that's off of a much larger plant of information. This is going to dovetail right into your NATO reading.
Seems to be.
In the past, the Queen of Swords, this is a very analytical. This information that's coming out has been vetted. It's like, this is what happened. Like, the explanation has been found.
Yeah.
They're not providing, they already know the explanation. Now it's telling everybody what's happening here. Current situation is the Seven of Wands, fighting, conflict. But whatever the messaging is, again, kind of like if the U.S. were, say, to be drawn into a war, Article 5 with NATO, this would be, hey, we need your help. You signed this treaty a long time ago. You have to honor your treaties. If we're going to war, we're all going to war. Overarching energy is the Eight of Coins. Messaging about something that's happening. Evaluation. It's been vetted. The vetting is strong. The story is building over time. There's a betrayal that happens with it. Something has happened that's been a lie, or somebody's taken advantage of the U.S. in some way, shape, or form. And then it's almost like we're riding off to war. It spawns on. There's so much speed happening here. Folks have talked, talk about Joe Biden. It's almost like a game of chicken. Holding on to the information as long as you can, but you can only hold on for so long. You have to let it go and start explaining to what happened here. There's just, this could be about buying the elections and showing how money bought our elections, and it's a betrayal to the democracy. And now we're in a reckless period of the United States as it's coming forward. But there's information that's coming out quickly with it. And I'm going to dovetail that into the NATO reading, because it's almost like something's going to happen that feels like a betrayal that's going to come really, really quickly. I mean, we've got two of the fastest cards in the deck coming out underneath and as an outcome.
Yeah, so
there's something going on.
Something's moving quickly.
You know, it's interesting. When we did our readings on the election, multiple times I believe we said Trump is, Kamala's going to win, but Trump's going to declare victory.
Yeah.
Does that sound right to you?
Yeah.
Now, I think the thing that you and I both understood was that Trump didn't win. He'll declare victory without winning.
Yeah, I think our baseline assumption was Kamala Harris would have objectively won the election and would have been the president-elect.
Yeah, has more votes, has all the electoral votes, but Trump's going to say, no, you don't. I'm going to fight you in court because I obviously won. The thing that we didn't estimate was them turning up the dial to 11 such that Trump has all the electoral votes and the popular one. Everything was right up until that point. It was just the magnitude. Mm-hmm. I would say that the one thing that we missed on was Kamala's going to win, Trump's going to declare victory, and the part that we missed, and we're going to believe that Trump won.
Yeah.
Now, at the core, I don't believe he won, but tell me that the day after the election, it wasn't just a repeat of 2016's election where you're like, filled with dread that, oh my God, this is happening again.
What the hell happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the going in was the assumption was that she was going to win. It would just be us having to once again dismiss all of Trump's nonsense.
Literally rolling your eyes and going,
here
we have to go through this again, but it was only 4 years again, not 8 years again.
Yeah, exactly. We're having the same reaction to we have to go through this again, but it was the 2016,
the 2020 version, not the 2016 version of going through this again.
Okay, so
I just wanted to put that out there because I've thought about that. It's like, we were actually really close. We just didn't know how bad they were going to cheat.
Yeah. So is NATO? So the energy around the United States. You've got some very interesting cards that came out in your reading.
I shuffle. I shuffle.
So it's like, okay, is NATO coming out with something that is going to change the course of this election?
Yeah, because if you think about it, it's not going to be Biden saying the election was stolen. If he was going to start that messaging, he needed to start that messaging 2 months ago.
Yeah, that should have started about November 7th or 8th.
Exactly.
Right?
So, and because people need time to digest it, much like Trump started that messaging the day after the election and then filed a bunch of court cases and then got a bunch of people saying harumph, 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 and now everybody believes the election was stolen even though there isn't any objective evidence whatsoever to support it.
That's how Trump rolls. You just keep repeating the lie until it becomes someone's truth. Okay, so is NATO going to come out with information that is going to change the course of the United States and this election for entertainment purposes only? Make sure my deck is right side up. Okay. Foundation of the reading is the Nine of Pentacles.
They're not going to make it easy on you, are they?
No, they sure aren't. Okay, so
I already know the answer from that one card. I feel like we're playing Name That Tune.
Yes, okay, so
Name That Tune in one note.
So the Nine of Pentacles, it's about enjoying the finer things. A lot of times we get this as kind of the oligarch. The people, the wealthy people don't want us. They've got what they want. They've got their election results. They've got Trump in the office. They're not going to want NATO putting forth any information. Challenge is the star, the best of the United States and the best of democracy. That maybe it wasn't really earned. That the rich people are influencing elections around the world, and the United States is not immune. Underneath it, the Seven of Pentacles. David just brought this up on his. It's The way he had defined it was, you've made agreements. NATO is a pact. It's an agreement that one country gets attacked, we're all attacked, and we all defend. It's also reaping what you sow. Effing around, and now you're just gonna find out.
Right, and I was going to just jump in there real quick with just as an aside, just sort of bringing it down. If Trump gets in, which nobody here really wants that.
No, not in this room.
But if he gets in, he's been a teacher to all of us. We don't like this teacher, but the only way his base are really going to learn about who Donald Trump really is by letting him in a second time and watching him just abuse these people and getting them to fight about, you ran on the price of eggs. Let me know when the price of eggs is down.
Yeah.
You idiots.
As David said, if Trump gets in, he wants him to be the Trumpiest Trump that's ever trumped a Trump.
Exactly.
And, in other words, be as bad as you can be so that these low energy beings finally understand what it is that they were supporting.
He's not there to champion their causes. He's there to hang out with oligarchs, and guess who ain't never going to be no oligarch?
Yeah.
It's his MAGA base.
So, will NATO be bringing forth information that will change the course that we're on? The oligarchs, they've got a lot of information. The oligarchs and the rich people are probably out there influencing elections. This is about election integrity, democracy, the best of the United States, and elections worldwide. Underneath it, you've got the Seven of Pentacles, honoring your commitments, reaping what you sow, looking at, it's like one in the hand's worth, in this case, six in the bush. You got to look to the future. What's the best for the future? In the past, there's a big, heavy burden that you've fought your battles. You've got to bring this thing to the finish line. This could be all the research that may have been done that we don't know. Current energy is the death card, bringing the cycle to an end. If there's election interference going on internationally, this is the time that they're going to bring it forth to make it stop. Overarching energy, the Queen of Pentacles. So once again, it's taking care of things. I always see this as taking care of the votes, taking care of the election integrity, taking care of the American public and the things that they truly value.
Libby, and I mentioned this a couple of readings now. Libby from Meister Tarot had a lovely translation for that as Homeland Security. I loved it because you got the mom and the security that's being happened. So if you're looking at NATO, there's and election interference would be a Homeland Security issue as well as such. But carry on.
Okay, but this is NATO.
Yeah.
And so, is NATO going to change the course that we're on? Lesson to be learned is the Emperor. This has always been a trump card. So it doesn't have to be. Because it's the Emperor is the husband of the Empress. The Empress is very emotional. The Emperor does not have strong emotions. It's very fact-based. This is what you did. This is why you did it. So it's not
more King of Swords, but okay. No, the Emperor could be a mentor.
Yeah.
It could be, divine masculine, whereas the Empress is the divine feminine. But he can also be a tyrant.
Yes. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And that's where Gary was going with
a lot of times we see this when we do a Trump reading, for example. Trump comes up as the Emperor. He comes up as the King of Pentacles. He also comes up in the Devil card, too.
See if that got rid of the glare off here.
So from a NATO perspective, it could just be coming back with, hey, this is what happened. They're taking a strong stand without emotion. It's a very dispassionate but strong stand. Outcome, legacy, Ten of Pentacles. This is about legacy. Taking care of the old people, honoring the next generations that are coming behind. How you want to be known, how you want to be remembered.
Okay.
You want to take a
yeah. Step? Okay. So real quick, Elon Musk comes in with the oligarchs attacking the best of the United States. He's going to make things difficult, brings an end to democracy. Homeland Security is on it, though, because they're following the money, so to speak, here. Elon would certainly put himself as the Lord God Emperor. Sure. And, they want to... It's all for greed. I've heard people discuss... the age that we're in right now is moving away from worshiping money and moving towards worshiping people. Looking to be of service rather than worshiping the almighty dollar. Mm-hmm. And you can think about how society has changed in the 90s, the aughts, and into the teens, into the 10s, where we had a great stock market going from the 80s through the 90s, a lot of prosperity, and then you had Trump was a celebrity figure all throughout the 80s and like some parts of the 90s. Bill Gates, this pursuit of wealth, mm-hmm. Reality TV shows and influencers, the Kardashians and such, that just are there's the shallow, no offense to the Kardashians, but it's like this shallowness of, I'm just flashing cash and such. And, what path do you want to go down? Because if you go down the path of worshiping money, you end up with plastic fake people. Like on YouTube, for instance, having tarot channels or something. Yes, because we're flashy. You got like $5 or $10 in your wallet.
Yeah. I bet you I have less than that. Yeah, you can tell by how he dressed. Yeah, all the dark when he goes to our wardrobe.
Oh, jeez. I was watching it was a TikTok video about some social media influencer, and he was apparently he had a lot of followers, like 1 million followers or something crazy like that on
$12.
TikTok.
I got $12.
Yeah, and he's got like these long fake nails on his hands, and his hair's bleached blonde, and he acts very effeminate, and has Louis Vuitton, and he has wads of cash. Like if you ever saw all the videos on the Chase Bank glitch, where it's like they pulled out several $1,000s and hundreds, and they're fanning them. It's all this projected wealth. Like, here's my mansion. They just, they Airbnb a mansion, and then they film a bunch of stuff for their channel and act like they live in that mansion. They rent a car through Turamo, maybe a Rolls Royce or a Bentley Ferrari or something like that. Or Ferrari or an Aston Martin or a McLaren to put on this appearance that they've got all this money. You get a bunch of fake jewelry to make it look like you've got all the bling, but there's nothing there. It's all no substance. It's
image.
Yeah, it's all image. And is that what you really want? And that's kind of maybe the decision point we're at in this country.
Well, I hope we get through this transition, because the transition is damn painful.
Well, how you get rid of the image is everybody's broke. Break the economy, make money worthless, and all of a sudden it's not about all the pieces of paper. $100 bills make good kindling to get a fire started. That's about all they're going to be good for at that point.
Just a quick aside. I was watching an NDE video earlier this week.
I'll give you an NDE video. Near-death experience.
Yes, it was actually very uplifting. It kind of got me out of my funk.
They often are.
And
it wasn't the chicken video that got you out of the funk?
No, it wasn't, nor a cat video. But this lady was talking about how, through her NDE, it came out about 3 weeks ago, so probably the beginning of December.
What channel?
I don't remember.
Oh, jeez, what good are you?
It wasn't like Heaven Awaits is the one I typically watch, but it wasn't on that channel. It was just it came up on my feed.
Sure.
And
YouTube thinks you might like this.
Yes. So I guess we're not coming up on people's feeds, because this last week our videos really tanked. But her messaging was basically, don't hate. It's all about love, which is a very consistent message, but everything is working out the way it's supposed to be working out.
And that's the part that drives me bananas, when you get the double flip-offs to God. Oh, this is your perfect ineffable plan. I got a message for you about your ineffable plan, pal.
Yeah, and in her NDE, she was basically saying that
this is very common, by the way.
It was gonna be a 20 years of upheaval to do this transition that you were exact transition you were just talking about. It was going to take 20 years. It was going to go from 2012 to 2032, and that we're past halfway. And if you think about it, in 2028, if the Democrats come back in, it's going to take them those 4 years to start putting all of the safety mechanisms in place to correct all the stuff that Trump has put his bright shiny light on that we need to fix. And that's what this whole point from 2012 to 2032, everything we've gone through to this point with Trump was to shine a bright shiny light on everything that needs to be fixed. And by 2032, it's not that everything's fixed, but we've come out of it. And you can see that the progress is now being made. So it could be in 2 years. It could be in January if these cars are to be believed. But we're more than halfway. We're coming out the other end of this tunnel. It's very painful. Don't give up. We're closer to the end than we are to the beginning at this point. We just got to hang in there a little bit longer and start fixing all the stuff that's broken.
And you and I aren't going to be able to fix it.
No,
other than voting.
Well, yeah. We got to vote, and we've got to, just focus on yourself and focus on being a good human being. And we'll just take it one step at a time, like the hermit does. The hermit shining the light on the path. He's not running down the path. He's taking it one step at a time. We just take it one day at a time.
This emotional message.
Yes.
Emotional uplifting.
These are usually the messaging I do when Dave and I don't do a reading together. It's like, I could do a nice uplifting message with not Dave.
That's for you. Yes. I'm just I'm a ray of sunshine.
Dave's all about swords and wands right now.
I'm not normally in real life.
No. But these are stressful times.
Overly optimistic, always looking for the best in people type thing.
Yeah. It's
politically, I've given up on a certain population.
I'm hopeful. I'm still hopeful, but man, I'm just not seeing anything that's telling me that.
I want to have an NDE. I don't care. I want to unload.
As long as you come back.
That's why it's called an NDE as opposed to death.
Well,
you almost died, but there's a little bit
technically
alive.
You did die because you died and you came back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's a whole lot of unloading. Now this whole it's about love and not hate, and it's part of God's plan. Yeah. Maybe God needs to hear from the critics about his plan. 1 star would not recommend.
We'd like to talk to a supervisor about this.
Exactly. About this menu item that you have on here.
Who's your manager?
I think some things need to be off the menu.
Okay, enough. Thank you for watching this video and supporting the channel. If you like these videos, give us a thumbs up. You can subscribe. We'll wake you up every night at midnight with a new video. And leave a comment. I read them all, respond to many. And we also give you something that no other Twin Tarot channel gives you.
A grumpy twin?
That and a secret card.
What's the secret card of the day?
The secret card today is
Jack of the Page of Pentacles.
The 6 of Cups.
That's not the Page of Pentacles.
No, 6 of Cups. Being kind. Being thoughtful. Being generous.
Peaceful naivety.
Yes.
Peaceful transfers of powers are not that naive.
Yeah, like in the good old days, right?
Yeah.
The good old days weren't always good, but
they were definitely old.
Yeah, they were that. We were a lot younger and a lot in better shape. You can still be kind, and let's be kind.
All right. Catch you on the next video, folks. Take care.
Bye.